You would think companies nowadays, not even just gaming companies, any company in general, would realize that trying to sell to a broader market will just in turn reap more profits than keeping it exclusive. Bygone are the days of having the console exclusives. It was kind of cool back in the day, I suppose, but even when you think about it, really, even then it's just not very good because there's always somebody locked out of being able to get it, and it's locked behind not only a $500 purchase of the console but then also the buying the game as well to play it on the console. It's just always been ridiculous. I mean, even myself, I fell into that, I don't know what you would call that, depth, if you will, of having to buy the latest PlayStation or Xbox to play the exclusives. And it's just not something that's very fun to do, really. It's just a money sink. Whereas if you just have a PC, you could just buy everything on PC. And it took me a while to get there, but I finally came around. I'm happy to say that I am PC Master Race. Not completely, but anyway, just jokes aside. It turns out Square Enix finally is understanding that maybe not having PlayStation exclusive will reap more benefits and more sales. Gee, I wonder what brought you to that conclusion. It can't be just because there's not a lot of people who have the PlayStation 5 compared to PC, Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo, anything. Wow, it's crazy, isn't it? That if you go multi platform, maybe you'll get more sales and profits won't, in their words, tumble. Go figure. It says Final Fantasy maker Square Enix will aggressively pursue a multi platform strategy after profits tumble. That includes Nintendo platforms, PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. Square Enix has announced a significant company reboot amid tumbling profits. It's it really just blows my mind that we have these multi-billion dollar companies, multi-billion dollar companies, and they still are figuring out that multi-platform's the way to go. It's kind of like, well, duh. I don't know. Maybe the broader something is in terms of being able to sell it to more and more people, maybe you would just get more sales. Again, it's kind of a no-brainer. At least I thought it was. Common sense apparently ain't so common anymore. This is reporting its financial performance for the financial year ending March 31st, 2024. Sales in the digital entertainment segment, which includes video games, rose by 2.6%, but profit fell by 15.8%. This despite the sale of Final Fantasy 16, Final Fantasy Pixel Remaster, Foam Stars, and Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth. Specifically on HD games, the subcategory Square Enix uses to encompass all the above games, the company saw a significant operating loss of 8.1 billion, I believe that's yen, which is $51.9 million dollars. I mean, haven't even played Final Fantasy 7 the remake. I heard it's really good, but Final Fantasy 16 I really enjoyed, partly because this I thought the story was pretty good. The ending, we've seen that, and I mean we've seen a lot of the endings that we always see in games, but it was just kind of, I don't know. I like more upbeat endings than the depressing ones, and I wasn't a fan of Final Fantasy 16's ending, but it was a good game. The gameplay was really good. So I definitely recommend if you, of course, have a PS5 because that's the only way you can play it. And so yeah, these other games, it's like I am just imagining how much more Final Fantasy 16 would have sold if it was out on Xbox and PC, because I really feel like the game would have sold really, really well if it wasn't locked behind the PS5 that people are still struggling to get to this day. Like, I was blessed to be able to get one when I did, and it was the only way that I got one was like through a special, I don't even know what you would call, like a promo almost. Like, they emailed me saying, "Hey, we've got like 5 left. If you want to get one, now's your chance." And I was like, "Sure." And so I, like, right then and there, I had to sign up to get to PlayStation. It still took a while to get to me. Like it's been an absolute battle for people trying to get a PlayStation 5, let alone being able to have that to then buy the Final Fantasy 16 to play it. So all in all, it's just been an absolute disaster for trying to sell that game. I mean, it still sold relatively well for being only PlayStation exclusive, but I feel like it just would have been so much more massive had it been actually on Xbox and PC. I mean, it's just a no-brainer. It's not even really speculation at this point. It's just truth. So yeah, it's I don't know why Square Enix has tried to just keep the console exclusive thing going for so long. It's not even Square Enix really. I think it's more Sony. But as we know, Sony is hopefully they get their act together because lately they've been not doing too well. Not doing too well. But yeah, it's obviously this is a step in the right direction. Why it took them this long to turn around, turn the corner, if you will, on reaching multiple platforms, I have no idea, but here we are. So this will be good to see. I mean, hopefully we'll be able to see these games and then others going forward that used to be exclusives available to everybody, so that way everybody can buy them, not have to buy a super expensive console that's already hard to get. And then yeah, it's amazing. The profits will ensue. It's just crazy to think, isn't it? More people get the game, more profits. Wow, it's amazing. Anyway, if you guys liked the video, make sure to leave a like, and I hope to see you guys around. Peace!